Hello everyone, welcome to Indian Current Affairs podcast channel. Today we are going to discussing some of very important MCQs related to science and technology. Let's start the first question. Consider the following statements with reference to polio. First one, polio is a viral infectious disease that primarily spreads through the fecal oral route or through contaminated water or food. Second one, the virus exclusively affects adults, causing paralysis in most infected individuals. Third one, there is no cure for polio, but it can be prevented through the immunization. So which of the following statements regarding polio is correct? So second statement is wrong because it affects mostly 5 years less than age of children. So who has 5 years less than age? So they are most affected by the polio. So there is no cure for polio as we know, but it can be prevented through the immunization. And also polio is a viral infectious disease. So it spreads through the contaminated water or food or fecal oral route. If you see the explanation, statement 2 is incorrect because polio primarily affects children under 5 years of age, not exclusively adults. Next question. What is Rumi-1, India's first reusable hybrid rocket known for? So it is a private rocket, privately developed rocket. So it is India's first reusable hybrid rocket. If it is launched, it is in testing stage. So first one. So what is the specialty of that one? We have to find. First one, being a single piece rocket made of carbon fiber or using a combination of waxes as fuel and nitrous oxide as the oxidizer. Third one is reaching an altitude of 35 kilometers with 3 CUBE satellites and 50 pico satellites. Fourth one, soaring with an initial thrust of 2500 newtons. So which of the following statement is correct regarding this Rumi-1 satellite? So it uses a combination of waxes as fuel and nitrous oxide as the oxidizer. So this is one of the specialty of this Rumi-1 reusable hybrid satellite. If you see the explanation, so using a combination of waxes as fuel and nitrous oxide as the oxidizer, Rumi-1 stands 3.5 meters tall. So it is a height of 3.5 meters, weighing about 80 kgs, and it is a hybrid vehicle designed for cost-effective space exploration. So next question, which of the following is the main objective of the Tanager-1 mission of NASA? So to track methane and carbon dioxide emissions, to track space debris that can impact the satellites, to expand the International Space Station, none of the above. So it is the recent satellite launched by the NASA. So Tanager-1, what is the its main mission is to track methane and carbon dioxide emissions. So to find out the sources of the global warming gases. So this Tanager-1 mission useful. So next, if you see the explanation, the Tanager-1 mission is a significant step in environmental monitoring and climate change mitigation. Launched on August 16, 2024 aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. Tanager-1 is a hyper-special satellite developed by the Carbon Mapper Coalition. Here are some key points about the mission purpose. So Tanager-1 is designed to detect and track methane and carbon dioxide emissions with high precision. This helps identify super emitters and support direct mitigation actions. Technology. The satellite uses advanced imaging spectrometer technology developed at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. This technology allows for detailed monitoring of greenhouse gas emissions from individual facilities and equipment on a global scale. So next question. Consider the following statements with regards to polio. So recently India faces one polio case, that's why there are more news about polio. So first statement is India's last reported case of wild polio virus. That means the infectious caused by the naturally occurring version of the virus was detected in West Bengal's Howrah district in 2011. Second statement, India was declared polio free in 2015 after successfully preventing any wild polio infections for 3 years. Third one, vaccine derived polio cases do not affect the India's polio free status, only the detection of wild polio virus will change that. So which of the statements regarding polio is correct? If you see, first statement and the third statements are correct. Second statement is wrong because India was declared polio free in 2014, not 2015. And also first one is India's last reported case of wild polio virus. Wild polio virus means polio virus can affect in two ways. First one is naturally occurring virus can affect the person or children. So, but in another case is some person, some people, some children who has less immunity. Then what will happen by taking polio vaccines? So polio drops. In that polio drops, what is there? So weakened polio virus is there. Even that weakened polio virus can affect that person. So by that also polio come. So by vaccination if it comes, then vaccine derived polio cases do not affect India's polio free status. If it any case that is due to vaccination comes, then also it not affect the India's polio free status. Only the detection of the wild polio virus. That means if that virus naturally affecting that person, then only we will lose the polio free status. So first statement, third statements are correct. Second statement is wrong. If you see the explanation, India declared polio free in 2014. Next one. Van Allen radiation belt is a zone of energetic charged particles, most of which originate from the solar wind, that are captured by and held around a planet by the planet's magnetosphere. The belts are named after James Van Allen, who is often credited with their discovery. Earth has how many such belts, and sometimes others may be temporarily created. So here what they are asking is how many Van Allen radiation belts in Earth has. So that we have to tell 2, 3, 4 or 5. Answer to this one is 2 Van Allen radiation belts Earth has. So what is this one is? So sun emits charged particles. We know sun emits charged particles. These charged particles are held by the Earth's magnetosphere. So in the form of belts. So the belts are called Van Allen radiation belts. If Earth's magnetosphere not held that charged particles, then those particles enter into the Earth's atmosphere. So that's why this Earth's magnetosphere saving us from these charged particles. So Earth has 2 Van Allen radiation belts. If you see the explanation, so these Van Allen radiation belts are there. This inner Van Allen belt and this is outer Van. So outer one, this inner one. So if sun's radiation comes in this way, so at this place the charged particles withheld. So that's why they are not entering to the Earth's atmosphere. If you see here in North Pole and South Pole, there is no belt. So that's why most of charged particles will enter the atmosphere at these places. That's why aurora visible here in North and South Poles. So that is its importance. We have to find there are 2 belts, Van Allen radiation belts. So next question, and also sometimes there are temporary belts also formed, but those are very temporary. But permanently these 2 belts are there. If you see the next question, consider the following statements with reference to the Indian Space Research Organization (ISRO). ISRO is a major constituent of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Constituent of the. So the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in Thiruvananthapuram is responsible for building launch vehicles like PSLV and GSLV. Third one, the chairman of ISRO also serves as the secretary of the Department of Space and the chairman of the Space Commission. So which of the following statements regarding ISRO is correct? So if you see, first statement is wrong because it now comes under Department of Science and Technology, it comes under Department of Space. So next one, the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in Thiruvananthapuram is responsible for building launch vehicles like PSLV and GSLV. It is correct statement. And third one also correct because the person who is the chairman of ISRO, he is also the chairman of Space Commission and also secretary of Department of Space. So third statement, second statement are correct. First statement is wrong. If you see the explanation, because ISRO is a major constituent of the Department of Space, not the Department of Science and Technology. Next question, consider the following statements regarding RT-PCR. First one, the RT-PCR test uses DNA as the initial template for detecting viruses like SARS coronavirus 2 And the second one, the RT-PCR test identifies live or recently dead viruses in the body. So which of the following statements are correct? So RT-PCR test uses RNA, not DNA, as the initial template. So by using RNA, it identifies is there virus or not. So first statement is wrong. Second statement is correct. So the RT-PCR test identifies living or recently dead viruses in the body. That's why if a person recently discharged from the disease also, it shows positive sometimes, because it also identifies dead viruses also. So statement 1 is incorrect because the RT-PCR test uses RNA as the initial template, not DNA. So this is the end of the class. Thank you very much for watching.